you were killing that plane crash in France a year ago. So did everyone. Even the news service I reported for. That's why I became Spy Smasher, so I could fight the Nazis on their own ground. Now it's time to fight them here, in the United States.
Secret agent for the United States government?
No.
Captain Duran. You know this man?
I have never seen him before, Herr Lieutenant.
We know him.
As Spy Smasher.
You will have a firing squad ready in an hour.
Tell her to put on the Dr. Seuss, because those
That's
are...
what I told her. She's having a cow. They are not cow anymore.
Tell her Papa said put on your Dr.
That's
Seuss.
what I said. Come down here and tell Mama.
Don't just leave her. She wears the blue pants, whatever those are.
I know.
I think they're clean. If not, they might be in the dryer.
They are. Mary!
Mary, come put these on! You know what I was thinking about doing is taking some of those fleece ones.
Make them into shorts.
Yeah, just cut the legs out.
That's still gonna be impossible.
No, you cut the arms off and the legs. Alright. No talking. I'm filming.
Hi, Ken. Hello, Ralph. How are you? Sit down. Sit down. Good to see you, Ken. Good to see you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you all know Ken Murray here. How are you, folks? Listen here, there's some new scripts.
Yeah, these are some new scripts for my television show, Where Were You?
Oh, yeah.
You have one yourself. What is that?
Well, it's a little smaller than that. This is a screen snapshot. This is one that you played as the MC. You were the...
Show, Where Were You?
Oh, yeah.
You have one yourself. What is that?
Well, it's a little smaller than that. This is a screen snapshot. This is one that you played as the MC. You were the MC in this master ceremony.
Yeah. How long ago?
Oh, let's see. 29, well, about 15 years ago, Ken.
Now, wait a minute. Which one is it?
Well, it's the one where you, whether you recall or not, you had a very difficult time trying to open the ball. It was an exterior of a film ball.
Oh, I remember. And I couldn't get the combination open.
That's right.
Well, does it say whether I ever got it open or
Well,
not?
let's watch up there with a little movie magic, and we'll see.
Let's see. You know, folks, some very valuable films in here. Matter of fact, this ball is as hard to get into as the United States Treasury. See what I mean? Gruesome little place. Don't make sense, huh? What a spot for a vacuum cleaner concession. Looks like the film cut it out to lunch. I wonder what he left on here. Well, look who's here. Doug and Mary. And Charlie Chaplin. The greatest trio that ever hit the screen. Charlie is showing them the Academy Award. I think that's the Academy Award. At least that's what they give me every year. Jump over the wall, Doug. Thank you. Wonder what kind of breakfast food he ate. Seriously though, folks, the entire motion picture industry is a living tribute to these three greatest performers of the screen. One of yesterday's most noted dramatic stars was Richard Barthelmess. This was the studious type. You see him here during the filming of his greatest picture, Tolerable David, directed by Henry King. And here's where Ernest Torrance, the villain, gets led in his best part. Give it to him, Dick. Shoot! Shoot! Go on, shoot! For heaven's sake, shoot! Gosh, I'm a nervous wreck. Hello? Oh, you want to speak to Richard Barthelmess? Oh, I'm sorry. You can't speak to him. No, he's busy. Yeah, he's in the, he's all rolled up in there, you know? Yeah. Sorry. Come on, Miss Alexander Grandel. No consideration at all. Fortunately, not all Hollywood scenes were so grim. They also had their lighter moments. Here, for instance, is that blade about town, that perennial man, Wallace Beery, and some pretty girls, lots of girls. You know, that's one nice thing about Hollywood. There are a lot of pretty girls around, so they tell me. And the only thing that will cause them to desert a famous star like Wally is Bryant Washburn. Of course, Bryant demanded a lot of money for making love to those girls. He deserved it. Well, stretch my girdle if it isn't Charles Ray, the early day fashion plate. Now look at that. Oh, you fickle women. And here's Greta Garbo in one of her big dramatic scenes. She's rehearsing how to throw nickels into a slot machine. Well, look who's here. It's Al Smith on a visit to Hollywood. Somebody swiped his brown derby and made a restaurant out of it. Al Jolson. Even his mammy would have to look twice to recognize him. But that's Al just 20 years ago. And the pretty with him is Mildred Harris, the first Mrs. Charlie Chaplin, a celebrity in her own right. One of the highlights of adolescent Hollywood was the annual bathing beauty parade at nearby Venice Beach. Many people disapproved. They complained that the girls were positively shameless wearing such revealing suits. They asked what girls' bathing suits would come to. Now we know, almost nothing. What's this? A bathing beauty who actually wants to swim? Ooh. Hey, folks, it's Gilda Gray in her shimmy. That's how they got the idea for malted milk machines. Hey, cut it out. Let's drop in on one of yesterday's sets and watch a scene between Myrna Loy and Monty Blue. Look out, Monty. You're being victimized. You know, Myrna was a siren in those days. Yes, Myrna has changed. Here's the screen's most famous sister team, Norma and Constance Talbot. Norma had just returned from a European tour. In those those days, you could tour Europe without a tank.
You say, that's very interesting. Yes, it is. You know, folks, it is interesting that 15 years ago, when that film was made, Ken was still smoking the same cigar.
Yeah, no. I just used these for a prop, you know.
And this is the only prop you used in the picture.
You mean I had another prop in this picture?
Sure you did.
What was it?
A white mouse.
A white mouse?
A white mouse.
Oh, I can't believe it. You mean I used a white mouse in this picture?
You certainly did.
That I gotta see. Let's look. Spy from Walt Disney. Yes, can you see all right? He must have been here a long time. He's turning gray. Well, how about visiting the movie troupe on location? Meet the stars. On the right, Doris Kenyon. On the left, Ronald Cole. Warner Baxter's press agent suggested bathing suit pictures. Leg odds, we call them here in Hollywood, and invented an aquatic variety of golf as justification. As soon as the fair caddies warm up Mr. Baxter, as soon as the fair caddies warm up, Mr. Baxter, who's very good at games, will demonstrate. Watch closely. A hole-in-one. I told you Mr. Baxter is good at games. Here's Loretta Young, about 11 years younger. The handsome swain at the controls of this super streamlined job is David Manner. Looks like they're trying to get hit. These goings-on were recorded for posterity shortly after Loretta borrowed a long dress from her older sister, hid her 15 years behind an air of sophistication, and won a career of her own from the picture of the same name. The Sleeping Beauty is Chester Conklin. The scene, as you may have guessed, was based on the old soap, costumed by Long Underwear Incorporated. The life of this gay party was Louise Fazenda and Clyde Cook, who'd do anything for a laugh. Louise and Clyde were the forerunners of the Rogers Astaire dance team. What grace, what rhythm, what stamina, what a mess. Aren't these interesting? You know, this is the first time I've ever seen these pictures. I was just a kid when they were made. No, really. You want to see a picture of me when I was young? I remember the name of Jackie Cooper in those days. Seriously, folks, Jackie was 7 years old when I snapped you to caught him swiping those donuts. This picture was taken way back in '31. The happy couple is Carol Lombard and William Powell. I wonder what Clark Gable was doing there. Here he is in one of his very first screen tests. I wonder what Garbo was doing. I should have known. It's Ford Sterling and Clara Bow, America's original It Girl. Clara's hat was sweeping the country at the time. It looks it. And while we're on the subject of screen prospects, what do you think of this handsome lad, who, with the aid of blonde Josephine Dunn and brunette Julia Fay, is giving his all in his very first movie test? He looks like a great bet to me, and I'll give you odds that you'll hear more of Joel McCrea. I'll give you 3 guesses on this one. That's right, little Mickey Rooney at the age of 9. This may be embarrassing to a young man who has become one of the most popular entertainers in the world, but fact is fact, and jail records are hard to cover up. You knew this mischievous mite 10 years ago as Mickey Maguire, the terror of the comedy world. Okay, pal, make your break. To hide this nefarious chapter of his past, Master Maguire changed his name to Mickey Rooney. But I'm sorry to report that he's failed to change his ways. Any actor, heaven help him, who's played in a Mickey Rooney picture will tell you that the kid's been stealing scenes ever since. Well, wasn't that fun seeing your old favorite? Let me tell you, folks, this film is priceless. If anything ever happened to it, I don't know what. Well, that's all, folks. Gee, Ralph, those pictures are sure interesting. I bet that everyone gets a kick out of those. I bet a lot of people remember all those stars.
Well, some of the people can, not the younger generation.
Oh, I think the younger generation remembers.
I think they do.
All right, I'll prove it to you that the younger generation knows the stars. Pammy, come in here. Come in. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my daughter, Pamela.
How old are you?
I'm 3.
And you saw the little boy in the picture. What is his name?
His name was Mickey Maguire.
And what is his real name?
Mickey Rooney.
Thank you, Ken Murray.
Thank you, Ralph. Good seeing you. So long.